I pushed to number 1 in the world with this 2.5 elixir miner controlling. Today I'm going to show you difficult matchups against the best players in the entire world. I'm going to show you why you should use this deck to push some trophies this season. Before we're starting into the games, make sure to subscribe. Also make sure to use creator code MOD in the shop. And also, a really important note, if you guys don't have the Mighty Miner unlocked yet, your free option to sub out this card. First of all, use the Darkwood instead, use the Knight instead, or use the Valkyrie. And I would say, let's jump into the games. And I'm going to show you how I got number 1 in the entire planner. Today's Clash Royale video is a specific one about the most difficult matches with this deck. This deck is currently my favorite deck in Clash Royale, also my best deck in Clash Royale back then with the E-Golems, now with the Goblin Gang after the buff. So this is a deck I kind of want to give you tips today. I got a ton of difficult matchups which I'm going to go over and just like kind of getting you better at Clash Royale. I know live gameplay is way more important for you guys, or like you enjoy it way more, which you or what we're gonna do tomorrow for sure again. But today I just want to show you guys some gameplay, how to get better with this specific deck, since I feel like a ton of you guys might use it. It's my favorite deck, it's currently my best deck, it's a deck which I want to push to number 1 in the world this season. And also, so if you guys want to get better at this deck, you want to be like a better Clash Royale player, understand the cycle better from the opponent. Today we're going over all the difficult matchups in the top of that against the best players in the world. So we don't have a big spell with the fire, but instead the pressure. So what is a difficult match for sure? E-Golem. You don't have anything against the dragons, you don't have anything against the barbarian hut. So difficult matchup for sure. So as you guys can see here, he is gonna cycle his E-Golem there just to go for the kite, and also really good king activation. He gets the king activation against my 2 wall breakers, so honestly well played by Zodiac. I also need to go on for my or I just go for my ability here. And as you guys can see, he is like playing really aggressive. So what I need to do here is just gonna go in for my bets now after the baby doing connect. Really smart play, going for a wall breaker on the left side, and this time I'm just gonna go for a Mighty Miner here, since I know, okay, he needs to defend it. I just want to apply some pressure, but we're still behind, and I don't really think I could have done anything different, but I'm still pretty confident since I know I can pressure him a lot. So I'm using my gang here. Gang is doing a pretty good job, not just killing the bar, but also chipping me on the left side. And the Goblin Gang plus Valkyrie, plus Dark Prince, plus Mighty Miner combination, depends which card you have unlocked, is key. You want to pressure the opponent hard. And by the way, also thank you so much for the support recently, the nice words in the comment section. I'm really appreciate it, guys. Every single positive comment, I just like really like, I'm just like really happy about it, since I also had like some rough time, not just like YouTube wise, also personal sometimes, where I felt like some YouTubers really helped me out there. And if I like see this, that people write it over like under my comments or like in my comments, and I had like the same feeling already like back in the days, or like sometime when I watched other YouTubers, which kind of helped me to get it through hard times. I'm just really happy about it. And this is like my main goal of YouTube, just make people happy. For sure, money is always great, we all love money. But I feel like you guys like make me happy, just like when you write this type of comments, when I feel like I can make your day better. And this is for me way more important than just like getting a ton of money out, since I'm like, I have a great life, I can do what I want, and this is for me the most important stuff. So believe that or not, but right now we're being really aggressive here, and this is the thing with 1-1, the Mighty Miner is great, and we're going in really aggressive. The Goblin Gang in the pocket. Goblin Gang in the pocket is absolutely crazy. He goes in for the heal spirit here, still 1 miner, like 1 ball connects here, and I can go in for the miner here. And as you guys can see, at 1-1 we are hyper aggressive. We know he's playing E-Golem, and the Goblin Gang plus Mighty Miner push in the pocket is pretty hard for him to defend. Also, since the Mighty Miner Sunrays get pushed, he's not able to activate King Tower, like goes in for Tornado on top of the King Tower anymore, since the Mighty Miner is just bugging there. And this is how you beat E-Golem with this 2.5 elixir, no big spell miner deck. So guys, game number 2, we talk about having a problem to have no big spell in the deck, and we're facing an Expo player. One of the hardest matchups, but today I'm gonna show you how to beat it. And the problem is, in this matchup, the Valkyrie and the Knight would be way better. Why? Mighty Miner actually sucks against cheap cycle cards, against Tesla, against archers, and so on. So having a Mighty Miner in this matchup is really bad. Also, the bad thing about the Mighty Miner is it's the only tank which you cannot cycle. So if you have a cheap Knight deck, you can get the Knight down twice for an Expo and an Expo cycle, right? But he gets way more Knights than I get Mighty Miners, since sometimes I play the Mighty Miner against Expo, he's just gonna let it go sometimes, or like just some way, going for the Archer slow, going for a Tesla, and the Mighty Miner stays on the map for quite some time. And in this situation, the problem is, yeah, the situation problem is that they don't get back to another Mighty Miner, so he's gonna cycle, defend the Mighty Miner, goes in the opposite line with an Expo, and we are struggling. But as you guys can see, it's pretty important to play defensive early on. I am single elixir time, it's like an important play, but I'm just rarely going for miner on a tower, and I'm just going for miner on a tower when he doesn't have archers and cycles. Since if you're going for a miner, he drops his archers, he's always able to get a split lane push, right? Miner, he goes archers in the back, you don't really want to go miner. The only real reason you want to go miner sometimes is when you want to go on top of the archer. Like it's time you're gonna play, he's gonna split archers, you're gonna go miner on top of the archers, but you don't really want to miner for no reason. This is a pretty important tip for you guys, so you really want to know that you really want to do it. And also, why is my WhatsApp web here? We're like busy, kind of flexing with my WhatsApp messages, but yeah, just want to let you know that this is really, really important. So I'm using my lock here, and I guess in this situation, I'm going in for this, using my wall breaker here. Wall breakers are coming down, and let's see what he's going to do next. I guess I'm using my fire spirit now at the bridge. He got some damage, he got some decent damage, but I know 300 damage is still fine, still in range. Now it's being double elixir time. We can be a bit more aggressive at least and try to get some decent amount of value. And also, if his E-Spirit is out, bats get way more value. If his log is out, Goblin Gang plus or wall breakers get way more value. If he doesn't have skeleton cycle, our miner gets way more value. So this is really important to keep in mind. You always want to know what your opponent has in cycle. So in this situation, I just want to make sure to kill the Expo. I just want to make sure I'm not going to go mine on top of his tower. This is what he wants to bait. We need to kill that. So it's fine. We got some damage. And I also know he's not that up. He's not up too much. So I'm using now my Goblin Gang here, using my cannon like this. And using my Mighty Miner really last second. So I'm just gonna relax here. I'm using my wall breaker here. I know he's most likely just gonna lock this off, so I need to go fire split here, need to use gang. And I guess I'm just gonna go for a lock here. Really bad archers, which kind of brought me back into the game. So really good for me. I'm using now miner plus E-Spirit here, or like miner plus bats. He's gonna use E-Spirit. He didn't have locks, so he needs to go for a Tesla, so at least we made him like to spend a ton of elixir, which is great. We got actually I think a +2 trade there. So I'm using my gang on the left. Fire Spirit like this, and now I'm just gonna go in for my Mighty Band. The small thing, just going for the gang on the left and on the right to don't give too much log value. Actually, look at the spear guns chipping away. This is actually pretty great for us. Now I guess I'm just gonna go wall breaker right, using my gang here, and now I'm just gonna go in for my Mighty here. I want to go log as soon as we can. This is what I'm going to do. Really, really good logs. I'm also going to use Wallbreaker. Maybe I just should have played him opposite lane. It would have been a better play, so we just wasted them, but it's fine. He's up by Elixir, and now we don't have the Mighty Miner and Cycle. But the good thing is from us, he plays a really bad Tesla to the Fire Spirit when he doesn't have Skeleton Cycle and also doesn't have his E-Spirit and Cycle is huge. So, using my gang now on the left, on the right. This time I'm going for mine on the tower since I knew he didn't have Skeleton Cycle, didn't have Lightning Cycle. I just want to get some chip damage, which I need to. Also, like getting locked down on top of the archers is great, but the next miner for sure once again goes down on top of the Expo. So using my miner on top of the Expo, using my log here, using my ability, really smart ability, just killing the archers, and we're using a gang here. Why? Just like kind of predicting the Expo. So I knew he didn't have his log and cycle, so look at the miner going to chip away. On top of that, using my gang here, using my log here, using my fire spirit like this, and now using my wall breaker here. And I guess I'm just gonna go in for my cannon here. But as you guys can see, it will get really, really close, and we get the last second boy down. So I'm just gonna go for my wall breaker here, using my fire speed. I know his log is out of cycle, so I need to go for the gang also just to apply some pressure. I'm just gonna go for my log here, using also my wall breaker now at the bridge. Just wanted to make sure he needs to defend it. This is the most important thing. He gets a tested down last second, but look at the miner chipping away. Going for another miner would be enough. He doesn't get back to fireball. GG, super played. Awesome victory. Another game I want to show you guys is this against Esther. Esther is also, yeah, I don't know, he's built different, right? He plays Sparky, so don't really respect him for doing that, but the matchup I want to take a look at. So, no big spell, double minions, Mighty Miner is key. And also, we got one of the greatest defenses of all time. Also, look at the fire split. Like, I thought fire split goes to tower, no, it goes on top of the minions, it's still fine. Using my Goblin Gang split is always great. You like to split troops. Goblin Gang in the back split, for sure there's way more pressure than spear guns, right? You can go mine on the right, you go mine on the left. It's pretty easy. So, I'm going to play my wall breakers on the right. He's gonna drop a Skelly Army and I wanna pressure. No Zap is out of cycle, so this is important. I'm gonna use my bats there. My miner is coming down. Miner gets some decent chip. At least the Sparky goes in front of that, which is really, really great. And right now I'm just gonna use the gang here. I guess the gang is killing that. Don't underestimate the gang right now with the Spear Golems. It changes a ton of interaction. I think without the one Goblin, a Spear Golem, it wouldn't have been survived, or like wouldn't have been able to die there, and would have maybe survived there. Using the Warbreakers also in defense, really, really great. Warbreakers defensive against minions, Warbreakers defensive against Dark Princes, also against Mini Packer, is key. You want to really get the defensive load of the Warbreaker, especially if you have the Mighty Mine not being able to cycle as quick as you want, especially against Arrow Zap. Goblin Gang won't get too much value, so having the Warbreakers another defensive card also summons the Miner for sure really helpful. But honestly, even if you could think, I'm really rarely using my mine on defense, like really, really rarely. I think you should see like maybe once or twice in this game, I guess just once. But normally I don't really like to do it. Using my block also, I don't really normally like to log this type of thing. Since I just feel like, the thing is, like, if I go for a log on of the Skelly Army, yes, I get decent amount of value, but it also allows him to just go for a Spark in the back, right? If I go like bats on top of the Skelly Army and then go in for the Miner, I always feel like I'm baiting out stuff and he needs to play troops, which he doesn't really want. So this is why, like, if you have like a Skelly Army opposite lane, or you want to go bats and go Miner, and when he doesn't have a Zap for sure, because if he goes in for Zap on top of the bats, you're struggling. But I really prefer in this kind of situation, to go in for bats on top of that, and then go in for a miner, because you really want to keep the pressure up against the opponent. If every time you go for a log on top of the Skelly Army, an example, feels like your pressure is kinda gone. So what I'm gonna do right now is just using my bats here. Bats are doing a pretty good job with the Fire Spirit here. You look at the smart Mighty Miner, and I guess this defense is absolutely crazy. So I'm using this now, and look at the defense. Look at the absolute amount of crazy defense. You guys thought the tower's dead? No, it's not. And what I'm going to do now is pretty smart. I know he wants to go Zap on offense, so I'm using my Warbreaker on the right side. He goes in for a late Zap. I can go now for my good old Mighty Miner low. Mighty Miner is absolutely killing that. I can use the ability. Don't underestimate the situation. I still need to be at least a bit careful, since I know, okay, he has the Spark and I have a big spell, and I know, like, if I'm overcommitting once, I have a problem. So I'm using my miner here, using my log, at least getting some miner chip. You also need to play Skelly Army, so it's not like, okay, I'm wasted a full miner, since he also, like, spends some elixirs on defense, so he's not able to build a huge push. But what I'm going to do is using my bats here, using now my cannon. I guess I shouldn't have minered here, I should have waited, so, and also going like maybe for like unpredictable miner spot, but I think like if I would have gone for another miner spot, the problem would have been that the Sparky would have actually killed the miner. So I'm gonna use a log here. Really good log. So my Mini Packer is like, his Mini Packer is doing a pretty good job here. But as you guys can see now, this Warbreaker kite is the one I'm talking about. You want to go a bit to the right and look at this. The Warbreaker is distracting the full Dark Prince, pulling it back, cannon focusing a giant, and also the Warbreaker connects. Absolutely perfect game. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. These are like my top 3 difficult matchups with this deck for sure. There are also other ones, but I hope this guide can help you to improve with this type of miner cycle. If you guys don't want to miss any videos in the future, just like that, make sure to subscribe. Make sure to use Creator Good More in the shop. Give a fat thumbs up on the video, and I would say I'm out. Thanks for watching, and I love you guys. Have an awesome rest of your day.